welcome to Closet Coaching. I want to talk about boundaries, and because this is an experience where if you're in recovery for body image or food, there's a lot of boundary setting that has to get done because there are certain comments that are just unacceptable anymore. Just like, don't comment on my body, don't comment on what I'm eating. If historically that has been something that people have done to you and you're like, no more, this is not happening anymore. Here's my new rules. And sometimes setting boundaries has to be like, it's really frustrating because for certain people, they won't be respected necessarily. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there's that one person in your life sometimes who just continually will cross the boundary in different ways. They'll try it out this way or that way. It's almost like they need it. And maybe your relationship is built on it. Maybe that's how this person operates. That's how this person understands connection, is by like creating conflict and having this thing, this charge, whatever. That's a them thing. But it involves us because sometimes we learn to operate like that too, or we learn to operate like that with certain people. And so stating a boundary and then having it get crossed, we're in the habit of getting pulled back in where we know what our boundary is, but somehow we get convinced that that's a bad boundary, or it's not cool, or we should feel guilty about that, or we're just being too much. Like there's this whole dialogue that sometimes happens and it'll pull you in because it catches your ego, because it'll cause you to question yourself. And then all of a sudden you need to defend yourself. And then you're not talking about the boundary anymore. You're explaining yourself and you're over explaining yourself. And suddenly the boundary it's been crossed and you're here as part of it. And so, like, from all the reading I've done on boundaries and all of the experience I have with setting them, one of the most important things is just the simple repetition of the boundary over and over again. Like, and how that simple, like, act of just repeating is effective in and of itself, because not only does it tell the person, this is my boundary. Nope, this is my boundary. This is my boundary. It also tells you. And I think that sometimes, like, half of this stuff is like, we need to know that this is the boundary and that we're not going to get sucked into a conversation. We're not playing this game anymore. This is the boundary. And as much as we're saying it for them, we're also saying it for ourselves, because I think sometimes we need convincing that our boundary is correct, or our boundary is, we have a right to it, and that it's not too much, and that we're not asking too much. This is it. So anyway, did I just like speak to myself really there? I'm not sure if any of you guys actually related to any of that, but I hope it helps.